So we are in Ibiza town and we are officially lost. This is our view right now. It is really, really beautiful. But yeah, we don't quite know where we're going apart from uphill. We'll update you. So we got to the top. It's very, very hot and it doesn't seem like there are many people behind, but this is the cathedral. And when I said people behind, I meant people around. There aren't many people here, but it is definitely beautiful and there is definitely a beautiful view, but it is warm, especially to be climbing. Hi, so I'm now home and the last clip you will have seen is of us adventuring around Old Town Ibiza. I definitely think we picked the wrong time of day to do that because it was absolutely boiling. It was midday and it was pretty empty. I think it was empty because everyone was having a siesta and it was just too hot. So we definitely planned that wrong. However, it was really, really beautiful to see it and it was stunning and a great experience. I would just not do it at midday if I could do it again. But anyway, that was a great little adventure, just slightly hot. But I want to talk to you about what actually happened in Ibiza because it is pretty traumatic to say the least. So the following day after the clip you just saw, I was getting a massage and I was in the middle of a massage. Oh, the wind is really, hang on, let me shut the window. Okay. So I was getting a massage and a lady came in and said, Nat, your partner needs you urgently. He's been calling the salon and you need to go to him. So it was really quite strange to have that happen in the middle of a massage because you're kind of really relaxed and disorientated anyway, and I really didn't know what to do because I was paying for their time and it clearly, obviously, well, when I say I didn't know what to do, I didn't know if I could like pause the massage and come back. I just had no idea what was going on. Then I decided to leave, so I walked out and I still unfortunately had to pay, which is really annoying because obviously I didn't get the full thing, but whatever, it doesn't matter. And then I went to the room and I really had no idea what to expect. And when I got to the hotel room, my boyfriend was basically in agony. He was in a lot of pain. I've never really seen him like that before. It was really, really scary. And I didn't quite understand what it was, and then he googled his symptoms and it came up with this thing called the devil's itch or suicide itch, and it's basically when you have sunburn and you have some kind of reaction to sunburn that is extremely painful. So it has been described as being more painful than childbirth, so it is extremely, extremely painful. So we called a doctor to our hotel room and they gave him some heavy medication, and the poor thing, they injected him with painkiller, and we kind of thought we were out of the woods, so to speak, because after the time that the painkiller had worked, we thought he would be fine and it would just be like a downer on the holiday, but it was pretty much over as long as it was managed with the pain medication we were given. However, it didn't work. About an hour after the doctors left, he was still in agony, and I guess the best way to describe this is it looked like torture. It genuinely looked like one of the torture scenes from Game of Thrones, and it was just horrible, horrible to see. And at this point we called the doctor again, and unfortunately they were busy and we didn't know what to do. So we went into Ibiza and we got a taxi to the hospital. And whilst we were there, Nat felt fine. He was just like, oh, I feel all right now, like it's bearable, I'm okay. So it was around 9:30 p.m. and we decided to just walk around near the hospital just to see how he felt, and hoped that like this was it, like it was over, the medicine had worked, and like it was over. So I will insert a little clip now of us on the beach at like 10 p.m. and kind of like not talking but briefly talking about what had happened now. So we've gone to the beach at 10 o'clock at night. It's a great story. Nat just really fancied going to the beach at 10 o'clock, so he started crying. Isn't that the story, Nat?
There's a few steps in between there.
Yeah. We're on the beach at 10 p.m, which is not like me.
I don't know how we're going to get back.
So what happened, Nat?
I'm not going to discuss it.
Top
We're getting
secret.
another vlog.
Top secret information. Then, after that, we went back to the hotel, and as soon as we got in, pretty much as soon as we shut our eyes, it started again. Now, putting it into context, we were leaving. We were leaving the next day. So we had gone to sleep. I think our flight was at 1 o'clock the next day or something like that, and our transfer was at 10, and actually no, I think our flight was at like 12:30, but we had to leave by 10. Anyway, so he was in agony again, and the doctors were busy. We called reception in the middle of the night, and all the doctors on the island were busy, and at this point I didn't know what to do. So we ended up calling Nat's mum in the middle of the night, and she basically said to me, you need to pack everything and you need to call an ambulance because this isn't normal and he's in a lot of pain, like it needs to be dealt with now. So I packed the bags at 4 a.m, I got dressed, I got ready. I didn't really quite know what to expect, and poor Nat was still in so much pain, and it was honestly just horrible. It was just a blur, but I feel like the adrenaline of the situation really kicks in a lot in a moment like that, because you feel like you don't really have a moment to be like, oh my god, like is he okay, what's going on, like it was just more get everything done, get packed and get the ambulance here. So by the time they got in, I didn't even really consider that there would be any kind of restrictions because of COVID. I honestly wasn't thinking straight. It was, we hadn't slept all night, so I probably wasn't thinking. So when the ambulance got here, they actually said that I wasn't allowed to go in the ambulance with him. Now, at this point, it was 4 a.m. and I had no idea how many hospitals there were on the island. I really wanted to go with him, but I didn't know what to do. And I called a cab, and then I went back to my room for probably like 10 minutes and just kind of shut my eyes for a moment, like panicking. I didn't really know what to do. Because he didn't quite know where he was going either, although he was texting me, he didn't know which hospital he was going to. And then he finally messaged me with the hospital he was going to, and then I spoke to the receptionist and he said there is actually only one hospital on the island he would have gone to. So I got in the taxi and I went after him and I went there. And when I arrived in like the A&E equivalent, he was sat in a wheelchair, and the weirdest thing about Devil's Itch is the pain is like really on and off, so it can stop and then come back and just be unbearable. And at the time I arrived, he was reasonably okay, and then when he finally saw a doctor, they gave him some painkillers and he thankfully felt okay, and we got back to the hotel and we did leave, we did get our flight and we got home, but I think it was just terrifying. I mean, I didn't know if he was going to be okay. I had no idea what was going on. We didn't have travel insurance, which is really stupid, and it was all very stressful, but luckily we got home and he is okay and we did it. So I guess I just wanted to be honest, because sometimes stuff happens that is completely out of your control. And the craziest thing about Devil's Itch is it is extremely rare and horrible. I don't think I could quite describe how painful it looked, because it looked really bad and it was really stressful, especially on no sleep and especially in a foreign country. But thankfully Nat is okay and it's over, it's done, and it is all good. But yeah, that was really traumatic, and I'm glad we're home. I'm glad he's okay and safe, and yeah, that's what really happened in Ibiza. Hello, so I am currently at Skin & Co in Brackley, and I'm about to have Lipo Firm on my bum. I think this is my 5th treatment, and essentially Lipo Firm targets your fat cells and turns them into liquid, which will eventually, after all your treatments, give you a really firm bum. And also it really helps with cellulite. Now, I don't have a lot of cellulite, I only really have it a little bit when I tense, but I just wanted to work on this area, and that's why I'm having Lipo Firm. So essentially I lie on the bed and this really painful zappy thing zaps me, and it feels like an elastic band flicking my bum and then it gets really painful, and then it feels like a ball full of spikes pricking my bum, but like obviously there's no blood, it is painful. But then after that it's all done, and it essentially feels like I've gone to the gym and done loads and loads of squats, because my bum definitely feels like I have. And when I get home I always feel quite tired, but I thought it'd be interesting to talk about this process and document it, as I haven't really seen anyone else do the same, and I find it really interesting. I'm holding the leaflet now. But you can also get it on your tummy, and you can also get it on like tons of different areas on your body. So I think this is a little bit blurry, but like this. Okay, my nails are getting done tomorrow, ignore them. But yeah, I thought it'd be interesting to film a tiny bit of it, but this is what I'm having done at the moment, and it is very exciting. I definitely did see the Kardashians getting this done and Demi Rose, which I think influenced me a lot, but let's get Lipo Firm. So this is the Lipo Firm machine. It looks really cool. Having Lipo Firm done. It definitely hurts and feels really strange, but it kind of like, it goes to this mode like right now where it's not that painful, and then another button is pressed and it's really painful, and each cheek is 12 minutes. And then it's done. Okay, I think this is the painful one. Oh my god. Yeah, this is the painful one. Ah! Hi, so I've just had the treatment and I thought I would just explain a little bit more about how it works. I'm reading off this, but Basically, it releases fat using proven radio frequency energy. The radio frequency heats the fat cells and causes them to secrete fat liquid. And then 2, it removes the released fat naturally using a patented lymphatic drainage mechanism. And 3, it reshapes the skin by applying radio frequency energy that causes immediate collagen contraction and long-term collagen rejuvenation. So I thought I would just read that because it sounds like a really confusing thing to get done, because it doesn't make sense, but that's what it does. And yeah, I always feel a bit hot afterwards because it involves a lot of heat, but yeah, hopefully I start to see loads of progress from that. Hi, so it is currently a new day and I thought I would give you some house updates. Okay, so when we got home, we had the new steel doors, well, that they had arrived before we got here, and we had planned to get them installed. And when our builder came round, he realised that the doors were sadly completely the wrong size. And yeah, but they were packed out. These two are the main double doors, and they were packed out so that they could fit, because these ones were slightly too small, which is a much easier problem to fix because it was literally by this much and the door was packed out and fixed. However, the other door that we ordered is too big, and that means we literally cannot do anything with it, and it is just sat in the dining room doing nothing. I really hope that the guy we bought them from is going to fix this situation. It's really strange because he genuinely came here and measured everything, so I don't understand how it could have gone wrong, but that's how it's going with the door situation. I do think that they look really, really stunning though, the ones that we have up, and I am really glad because they weren't that expensive and all the other steel doors that we looked at were really expensive, so I am happy with them for that reason. These are what the doors look like from this side, and I do think they look really amazing. They'll look better when the stairs are done, but I do think that they look really, really cool. And I don't think you can tell that they've been packed out, but now they do fit. And here is the spare room update. We had the skirting put in today. Sorry, it's really loud, but we had the skirting put on today, and it is so beautiful. Obviously, it's all going to be painted in here, and there will be a carpet, but yeah, it's going to be, the back wall is going to be the same colour as that wardrobe behind that door. But the skirting looks really, really good, and I'm really happy with it. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. This is now the end of the video. I really, really hope you liked it, and if you did, please like my video and subscribe. It really, really means so much to me, and I will see you in my next vlog. Bye!